All right, everyone. Trump is in the midst of scoring yet another victory right now because Omarosa, who from The Apprentice, knew Trump kind of, was, I guess, sort of friendly with him. She's been doing the tabloid circuit. And her first claim was, well, you know, Trump, he's not as mentally sharp as he used to be. He's in mental decline, basically. It's not the same Trump that I knew. Well, yeah, he is old. He's like, isn't he 70 now or 69 or something, I think. Yeah, when people get older, they tend to become less mentally sharp. Even under the best of circumstances, like no dementia or anything, you're still going to have problems. It's actually funny that we allow people that are above 60 to even hold the presidency. The limit on age shouldn't be an under the age limit. It should be an over the age style limit. Like, hey, once you hit 60, we're kicking you out of government because, you know, you can never be too sure. Plenty of people who hit 65, 70, they've already got early dementia. But that was one claim that she made, and that's not, as far as I know, evidenced by anything. I would think that the intel agencies would have a good time spilling Trump's medical records if he were on, like, dementia meds or something. Everything else leaks, so, you know, that certainly would be on there because then he could be impeached for health reasons. Because they obviously hate him, but now she's repeating the claim from Tom Arnold, who said, I think this was a couple months ago, he said, well, there are Trump tapes from The Apprentice, outtakes. I've got copies of them in which Trump says, like, totally racist things, he's using slurs and stuff like that. Again, like before, people challenge him, they're like, oh, there's a tape of the President of the United States saying the N-word. I think that the taxpayers might want to know that. I think, you know, if you didn't like Trump for political reasons, I almost think that Tom Arnold and Omarosa and all these people are actually in cahoots with Trump. Like he's forcing them to play this sort of Shakespearean role and paying them behind the scenes to be ineffective enemies. Because Trump wins so easily here. I don't think such a tape exists. That's why when confronted, Tom Arnold said, well, there's death threats against my family and stuff, so, you know, it's just a matter of that. Which, in other words, means you're full of shit. There is no such tape because Trump never said such things. That's what that basically means. But you want to cop out and you want to get free publicity. Tom Arnold got back into the limelight briefly because of Roseanne getting canceled. He got a taste of the tabloid swill and he said, wow, this is great. You know, I'm relevant kind of again because of the political situation, so now let me ramble about these Trump tapes. Omarosa realizes that Tom Arnold and Stormy Daniels and many others who have ever associated even mildly with Trump are doing the same thing, so she decided to jump aboard, knowing she can make millions of dollars off gullible liberals that now think, well, finally we've got our two scoops moment. This time Trump is finished. And of course, time and time again, they get ready, they're edging, and then, you know, they have to come down, they get blue balls. It's happened a dozen times already. These people, half of them are totally demoralized. Anyone coming forward claiming to have anything that can stop Trump, they will immediately pile around them and listen with rapt attention and pay them all sorts of money. And it's really, really funny how they're getting conned. Tom Arnold is conning you. Omarosa is conning you. Stormy Daniels and her idiot lawyer are conning you. They're all con jobs. Now here's the thing. It doesn't matter. Again, there's a possibility Trump is getting these people to. It's like when he gets Rosie, who is disheveled, she's not particularly well liked, she's shrill, she's just, when she gets into politics, the only people that take her seriously are like people that watch The View and stuff. Like the really further left crowd and some middle-aged soccer mom moralists, they like Rosie O'Donnell. Nobody else in the world likes Rosie O'Donnell. When she shows up and she holds a vigil outside the White House and says off-the-wall shit, that's an optics victory for Trump because he's being compared to Rosie O'Donnell. He's not being compared. When he's compared to maybe like even a Stormy Daniels, it's like, well, Trump's lost maybe in the physical factors department. With Rosie O'Donnell, no, it's there's no comparison at all. I've speculated that some of his most vocal opponents are actually his deepest friends. That is, these are people he worked with, he's formed friendships with, he apparently by all means treated well, and they're playing a villain at his behest. They're doing him a solid by providing basically a straw man enemy for him to knock down. Instead of actual enemies that might formulate a coherent argument, they might not be like sloppy in their delivery, and they might say things that are true, he can distract people with tapes that don't exist, and legal payments that were legal from a porn star who's, yes, I'm sure that those evangelicals will listen to her. And that's basically what I think he's been doing. It would be an age-old wrestling style strategy almost. His expertise is in doing this sort of thing. He's lived a tabloid existence for most of his life. He's gotten used to it. Like the last 45 years of his life have been a tabloid life. Very rich, relatively well known. He puts his hands into everything. He's got his own, America-wide nickname. He's the Don. He's the dude who walks down the street and randomly throws cash in the air just because he can, and everything's gilded with gold, and he goes on Stern, and he goes on, fucking WrestleMania. Everything that's gaudy and filled with bravado and very Shakespearean acting. All the tabloids, Weekly World News, The Inquirer, this is Trump's world. You are stepping into his world and trying to play the game that he's been playing nonstop for 4 decades. It's not going to work out. The New York Times and CNN, the reason why they can't stop him, and the reason why they're so confused, is because they are playing, in every possible sense of the term, his game. When they talk about tapes that there's a 99% chance they don't exist. Anyone who likes Trump, they're not going to take that claim seriously. They voted for Trump. They're like, oh, well, yeah, I can't support him anymore because Omarosa claims that there's a tape of him saying the N-word. That'll never happen. But there are plenty of people who will stop listening to the legacy media because they're reporting on it as though it had a kernel of truth to it. They're saying, well, we can imagine that Trump would say this. Okay, where's the proof? Tom Arnold should pony it up. If this tape exists, I, as a taxpayer, someone who has to pay Uncle Sam all sorts of money, being represented by Trump as the chief executive. He runs the, he's the chief executive of the military too, so he's the one tasked with responding at fucking 2 o'clock in the morning if Russia's pressed the little red button. I think I should know whether that person is of sound mind and decent character. So if these tapes exist of him being like in a mental fugue state or saying the N-word or anything else, you should release them. By the way, it would make you'd be astronomically more famous. Why would someone who is obviously attention-seeking withhold the tape? They'd tease it for a very short time. They'd do a Veritas thing. They'd tease it a week ahead, and they would drop it. They would drop it on the world like a fucking nuclear bomb, and politics would change forever. If Tom Arnold has such a tape, he can have Trump impeached any time. What's he doing? Waiting for Trump to pay him for the tape? It's not going to happen, dude. No, it doesn't. There's a 99.9% chance that this is tabloid sputum. And it's good for everyone. Look, it's good for Trump because he has an easy win. Because he's probably never going to get confronted with a tape that probably doesn't exist. It's good for Omarosa and Tom Arnold and Stormy Daniels and the tabloid crowd because they get free publicity. It's good for the legacy media because they get to sensationalize, they get to clickbait all the gullible liberals who still take this shit seriously. It's good for the alt media. It's great for people like me because then I get to criticize the legacy media. Oh, everyone wins when they make up weird shit about Donald Trump. It's like the gift that keeps on giving. Certainly, it's helping a lot of people's careers, both his friends and his adversaries, and everyone caught up in between, sitting there, astonished at basically the state of the media in this country. So no, when Omarosa says, well, he's demented and says off-the-wall shit, okay, prove it. Lean on Tom, pay Tom Arnold, get the tape. Maybe you're, man enough to release it, because apparently Tom Arnold is worried about death threats or something. Somebody harassed him on Twitter. Oh my God, it's a terrible day. I can't release the tape today, Mom. Somebody threatened me. Yeah, like that's not gonna happen. You're on Twitter, dude. Yeah, anyone gets threatened there. Look, you don't even have to be in politics. You don't even have to be well known. You said you like cats more than dogs, you'll get death threats. You said you like coffee more than tea. You said, yeah, I'd rather live in the mountains. I'm not an ocean person. Oh, you fucking death threats too, you fucking mountainist. That's what Twitter is like. Get over yourself and pony the fucking tapes up or shut the fuck up about it. That's about all. Peace out.